Ladies and gentlemen, Hard Nosed Derby Podcast. Fuck, 2 weeks in a row. Got it right.
Got it right. I'm tired, and I shouldn't be tired because I think I was fucking frozen to the bone.
Pussy.
You are correct. I've been to a lot of derbies and a lot of places, and that is the most miserable I've ever been. We went last year to Spring X, and it was a nice, smooth 80 degrees. Your wife got destroyed by the sun.
Oh, yeah.
We got destroyed by the rain, the sleet, the snow, and the wind.
And the 90 car got destroyed by the 59 car.
We've talked to viral sensations, and they're still making memes and shit from Adam Lemonadger's hit from 2015. So this is gonna be the next meme-worthy one.
It's just cooler this time because, we're within 20 minutes of the guy's shop.
Yeah, and we're in with like 2 feet from the guy.
Yeah, he's actually sitting on my lap.
I think he's still on cloud 9. We are at Mr. Austin Schaefer's shop, who was rocking the Hard Nosed Derby podcast.
Advertisement paid off on that one.
Justin Broadhead Skin and Roof Sign. Gonna give it up to him. Justin, I know you just threw an idea at him. And we're going to kind of give you a background here, which you don't even know it yet, Mr. Austin. Somebody forgot.
Really?
It was me. It was me. I fucking imagine that.
Somebody forgot, and I said, hey, remember, you still got. He went, fuck.
Well, I was drunk, first off.
And he reached out to Justin and had him within 4 days.
4 days, yep.
Designed, printed, shipped in hand within 4 days.
Yep.
So give it up to Mr. Justin.
Well, whenever I told Justin about it, he was like, oh yeah, we can do that. He's like, not an issue. He's like, give me the weekend and I'll have them in your hand. Yep. I was like, he's like, do you want to proof them? I was like, nope, send that shit.
No, that's the thing about Justin.
And I don't know if it was fate or what, but where the video that we posted on the Hard Nose page,
it just happened.
Whenever it ended, you could see the Hard Nose sticker. Like, it was like they zoomed in.
We're going to give video cred to somebody's girlfriend, because that was like...
It was.
Oh, I thought it was Carly.
No.
So we're giving credits to somebody that wasn't actually credited for it. But less than 24 hours, this video has...
completely blown up. We are at 1,010 shares on that and over 85,000 views.
85,000 views.
And that's not counting the shit that's on Mark Elliott's TikTok and all that stuff.
Yeah. So
that was the hardest hit I've seen this year.
That's probably the hardest hit I've seen in a couple. Heavier built cars, that's a little bit different scenarios. Lot stouter shit. These are...
And not to take away from the fucking hit, but could you have imagined that been 2 mod cars?
Somebody would have died.
Ouch.
Somebody would have died. That would have like Dale Earnhardted shit. That would have like separated neck from spine, and it wouldn't have been cool. So, but we were sitting here looking at this thing, and foobarred.
Yeah, but it bent where they all bend just all at once.
Yep. So,
and the first question I asked him whenever we got here, and I knew what the answer was going to be because of the way the car bent and how fast it bent, and we'll go ahead and ask him on air. But Austin, how'd you feel after that hit? Like, what did it hurt?
No, it was perfect. Marshmallow. It was pretty
marshmallow.
I actually didn't take really hardly any shock from it.
Like I said, I sit there and I watch that video a couple different times, and I never watched you. Usually, a shot like that, you'll see
their
heads
soul
going towards the steering wheel, faces.
You'll full blown see a soul hit the fucking hood.
He never moved.
No.
That's proof that some people still do wear seatbelts.
Right.
Or at least lap belts. The other old boy, on the other hand, I ain't right sure if he's real fucking peachy this morning.
I
'Cause he
don't.
moved a little bit.
Well, and I don't think he was really happy with the situation, which I'm sure really helped extinguish the flame between the Illinois-Missouri fucking battle right there. Because I'm pretty sure the old boy was from Illinois.
That class had drivers from Missouri, Illinois, Indiana. We hit on this. Taylor had a 35 bone car, or a 35 bone stock car, one and done feature, and it filled up pretty fast. So Mr. Taylor felt camp opened the second one, and it sold out. Not everybody made it or got through tech or got their stuff built in time. So I think they had roughly 25 in the first one and 20 in the second one.
Which is still a good fucking show.
Oh, it was a killer show. I mean, that's the show itself in the stock class started kind of as I would normally think, like a big show. You know, everybody's just kind of feeling it out, all new styles, all driving in reverse. Austin and Landon and Cody were on one end, all in reverse. Austin kind of spun it around, and I saw him point out the window, like pointing backwards. I said, uh-oh. So they started to turn it up just a little bit, and a little bit more, and a little bit more, and then it was full send mafia from one end to the other. Old boy caught the brunt of
Well, and I put on TikTok, I was like, you could see where he started fucking around. And then at the end of it, you could see where he found out.
Yeah. Great show. I know we talked before that we was going to get your input on, you know, this air quotations big show. You know, how was your whole big show experience through when you get there for your tech? And we see the after effects of it, but
The car looks great. The front doesn't. But the back, everything from the front door back looks fucking phenomenal.
that front door scene
Yep.
forward is just null and voided.
That's
Everything
fucking
behind
junk.
it looks great, except for I see drive shaft hanging out, and I ain't right sure if the floor pans didn't exit the fucking chat too. But
No, they look decent
good?
too. Yeah.
so how'd your first whole? We've already talked to you about the build process. How was the show experience itself?
Yeah, it's really great. Actually, we got there. We got there Friday morning. Everything went smooth. Waited in tech line for quite a while. Ran through. Tech was decent. It was pretty good. Caught some stuff here and there. Of course, we had to cut and do little things. But I mean, the second time we went through tech, got right through, and then that was it for waiting around and waiting on stuff. But other than that, we just hung out the whole weekend. Got burnt Friday and froze on Saturday.
We did get froze on Saturday.
It was cold.
I know you guys got a little bit of a curveball because it was you and Cody Hendren and Landon Wynn. You guys were all in the same heat. It got shut down a little early because Landon had a fuel line issue. So that took one of your, guys you plan on running with out pretty quick. What was so cool about it, it was a fuel line rupture. They got the car off the track, but Taylor let Landon come back for the second one because that one didn't get filled up. Tried to even the numbers up a little bit, but both of the classes that you guys ran were a really good show. Like I said, a little slow to start as normal, but then once everything kind of kicked loose, then it was game on. And I'd say you were kind of probably the starter of it, because the number one, I'm not sure of that old boy. He come down and he started messing around in the middle there, and then his shit got a little turned up then, and then it just kind of finished with the front suspension frame horn overhaul kit.
They sell those?
Yeah, Austin Schaefer 59, patent pending. Stock rear end with a Chevrolet small block and a 50 mile an hour. That's pretty much all you need to do. The show overall was really good. 4v4, they call them wire cars. Really good. I think they were supposed to have 14 teams. Was that right? No, had more than that. They ended up running 12 heats, and the 12th heat had 3 teams in it, and that just happened to be Ben Plate's team, EPR, and then Misco Cranes, which is Whitaker, Timmons, and those guys. They kind of got it on from the jump. Not used to seeing EPR having to go through a Consi, but they did. Consi came out with EPR. And
Yeah, but they tried some different shit.
they did.
Because I talked to Adam, and there was a lot of different.
Little experimentations.
Well, yeah, and we've talked about that. Sometimes you never know. That could be either a big win or a big fail,
Correct.
especially in a spotlight like that. Because EPR, they've got a name for themselves. Everybody
Oh, yeah.
knows that. So whenever you try new shit like that, and it ends the way it did with that heat,
Yeah.
you don't lose, you learn.
I've seen Adam in a 60s Merc. We've talked. There's certain reasons why he runs certain cars, depending on the rules.
Because his pockets are deep as fuck, and he can try that.
Certain like bumper brackets and stuff really justifies what he takes. I've never saw him in a Merc wagon before, and it was right.
It looked really cool.
It did. It looked cool as shit. Austin Canor was in another Imperial.
He was also not fucking around.
0. I did get to talk to Austin, and we're going to
Must be something with Austin. It's that name.
So you've got Austin Canor, you've got Austin Schaefer, you've got Austin Johnson. I don't know if there's any other Austins.
I'm sure there is.
There's yeah. And the show itself was really good, other than miserably cold. Most people that know me, I wear shorts pretty much all year round. My fat ass had pants on and 2 hoodies and a hat. And I would have took 14 more blankets and 6 more hoodies if my fat ass could have got in them. We're going to hit a little bit. Mod cars.
Track was too wet.
They put water on it. They had 10 cars sign up. Only 6 showed up.
Oh, not to cut you off there. Oh, uh-oh.
Oh,
There we go.
oh, Corona Premier.
Yeah.
That is the first Corona that you've drank on this
Think
one. I believe so.
Our bottle opener is a pair of pliers. So
Hey, it's redneck ingenuity, boys.
it's either that or bite the top off this motherfucker. Austin kept trying to hit me with the top of the bottle. I don't know what the fuck's going on there.
There you go.
Jesus Christ. Calm down, Austin.
yeah, I was going to say, somebody over here has actually got a bottle opener.
I don't drink.
So the 4v4 and the compacts were Friday.
I thought they were running the compacts Tuesday or something.
That's Blizzard Bash. Compacts. The normal 2 teams that I figured it would come down to. They got through their heats really quick. They made a lot of junk. A2S and WFO.
WFO, you knew they were going to be.
Oh yeah, anytime you get Justin Lane and Gabe Dawson and Anders and Eric Dorsey, that's going to get wound up. And then when you throw A2S in there as well, with Chad Hurd, defending champion from last year, those guys, they know how to build W bodies, and they sure the fuck know how to drive them.
They don't build light shit.
No. But they went through their walk pretty easy on Friday. There was a couple upsets on the big car side on Friday as well. Pipes Racing took on Ultimate Derby.
Oh, that 5150 team.
The 5150, they
Dude,
were
they
no
were-
joke.
They showed up and showed out.
Yes. You know, Pipes Racing with Levi Harris against Ultimate Derby, that was one of the heats. That was probably what I would consider an upset. Anytime you got Don Santel, Trevor Jones, Jody Braden, and Mr. Barry on one side,
They hurt Jody's car. Like, it's junk.
it did not come back
No.
Saturday for the Consi. Neither did Barry's car. Trevor's 03. I looked at it right before they went out, and Don's car, you know, normal Don
Right.
stuff. They got to run a Consi with 7 other teams, and they got told they were only going to take one. So right off the bat, you've got Ultimate Derby and EPR in the same Consi, but they did tell them, you know, if you're going to go out there and you're going to run your balls off, we're going to take 2. So that's what ended up happening.
Well, and not only, like, I'm not saying that that's 100% fair. It is from an onlooker's point of view. From a competitor's standpoint, it's not. But it's good for a show. From the promotional standpoint and the crowd standpoint, they love that shit.
Oh yeah,
As a competitor as a competitor, you don't want to see that.
no. You know, not when there's ties.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But overall, that was really good, even before the feature. There was some schedule juggling going on, you know, with how cold it was and how many cars. I did get told there was 296 cars that actually came through Tech. They completely sold every class out, but some of them, like we said, didn't make it.
Well, you're going to have that at every show.
Yes.
That's
every
why
time.
you always shoot for the stars.
Oh, yeah. And then they added the mod class. They added the youth class, but it was youth compacts. You know, I got to see CJ Klein crawl into another compact. Those kids were wide open. Really good show. I can't say anything bad about Spring X whatsoever, except for the temperature. And the temperature did suck.
It was cold.
So let's go back to Austin. They pull out. Let's just kind of, 80,000 people have seen this video so far. That's crazy to say, ain't it? 80,000 people have seen this video so far. You know, you guys you come out, you guys have stuck together. There's 3 of you on one end with a couple other stragglers kind of down on one end. I'm sure you guys had kind of a set game plan, maybe use your head a little bit.
Yeah, that was in there somewhere. So,
Did you forget that part?
no, so here's the deal. We'll just backtrack all the way to when we parked there, and I got it out of the trailer. I said, you know, I was standing there with Grant and Blake. They rode down with me. I was standing there, we were all standing around the car, and I said, you know, if something stupid happens to me, and you see me touch the concrete on one end with the Aston's car, get your phone out.
Fucker, he didn't tell me that.
So that's where that went, and then, of course, the game plan, we came in there last, so we had an end of the track to work off of. We all got nose towards the berm and just ran that corner for a while. We kept going back and forth, and it was going really well for us, really. And I think Landon broke just before I lost reverse, and then after I lost reverse, I did a couple hot laps. I was like, wow, this fucker is fast. I was going through my head, I was like, well, I can drive around for a while, skin some paint, and do this, or I could just wad somebody out and myself. I was like, I'll take that one. Come around a couple times. Somebody over there picking on Cody. I think I got quarter or half on him. Stuck him in the wall.
Yeah, because that was a really good hit down there on the other end of the
Yeah, it
track.
was.
Like, nobody's talking about that one.
Yeah. And of course I was probably in the passenger seat of that car from the Cal area. And Cody seen me come flip me around, And then Cody was looking at me in the eyes, and I was like, I give him the thumbs up, and he looked at me with wide eyes, and he was like, oh, fuck. And then from there, hammer down.
It was hammered down.
Well, it looked like whenever he passed about the middle of the grandstands, he was just starting to break the speed limit.
And what a lot of people don't realize is most of these guys run first and reverse. But when you have a class that you can't run built rear ends,
Right.
you know, whether they're C-clipped, you know, no bolt-in stuff, most of these guys just throw in the factory shit, and usually factory shit's somewhere between 270 to 330s
Right.
for the rear gear. So what they're
You're
usually
already running fucking airplane gears.
Yeah,
I mean,
you're
talking 70 mile an hour second gear, you know, shit. So whenever you see somebody take off like that, and they're booking down through there, and you know, even if they've got just a first and reverse tranny, I mean, you're looking at a 45 mile an hour shot at the other end of that. And then if they still have second, and they find it somewhere in there, I mean, you're looking over that 50 mile an hour range, especially on a track that's as long as that one is.
Yes.
Yeah, I wasn't out of engine either. It was still spooling up.
Oh yeah, it was rolling. I mean, the video you can hear. There's no valves floating. There's
No.
nothing even close to being topped out, and it was.
It looked like he was getting ready to pull out and pass somebody. You know, like you were going down an old 2-lane road.
Boy,
Except he forgot the pass part.
He did. Old number 90. I don't
90T, I think is what it was.
I wish we could reach out to him just to make sure he's still functionable today.
I'm sure he is, because Austin said that they talked a little bit.
I promise you that was. How many times have we said it? Everybody's got a plan until you get punched in the mouth. I guarantee you his plan did not have the beak of this fucking thing in his dash bar.
I guarantee you, and I'm gonna ad-lib a little bit here, but these were some of the thoughts that was going through his head after Austin hit him. He was like, why in the fuck did he do that?
I kind of got that from him after we got out.
Picked up that vibe, did you?
Like, there's fucking 20 cars still left out here on the track. What the fuck are you doing?
Yeah,
Where did you come from, motherfucker?
I drove around twice. I was trying to find an 03 just to see.
Just
I
to
was
see?
going to do the same thing. I was going to do the same thing to an 03.
Yeah, homeboy in the
Because
square
I
body
know
caught
what
it
I would have
instead.
been, like, I know what I would have been thinking. Like, you stupid motherfucker.
Well, it was like I said, you know.
Guess we're here now.
Yeah, video's been seen 80,000 times.
Sometimes you're the bug, sometimes you're the windshield.
Homeboy was the windshield, without a doubt.
Yeah, because he didn't even get a chance to meet him halfway.
No, you've always said the best way to stop a full track shot is meet him in the middle. The only thing he did was get turned.
Yeah, he was like, oh, fuck. I mean, you could see it. Like, it was just like, fuck me. Because there's nowhere to go at that point. Like,
Nope. But you know, Austin did say, you know, it looked like he might have tried to turn towards the concrete to give you.
there wasn't enough room. It
No.
didn't matter. If he would have got sideways, it still would have been the same.
Except I think that dude would have been on his lid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think at that speed,
Or Austin might have been just straight up on top of the car. Like, just went ahead and went on up there.
yeah, just bloop.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Either way, it was very fucking photogenic.
very. Very. And I mean,
People be talking about that shit for a minute.
we still talk about shit from 2015. You know, so it's 2023. How long is people going to keep sharing these videos, sharing the
Right.
memes, sharing the TikToks?
Sometimes the euphoric feeling you get from the viral video is worth more than the fucking check.
Oh yeah, yes.
Yeah, I don't know if I'll be able to drive the same again.
There you go.
I was
God damn it, he's gonna end up the same derby as me around here.
debating on painting on the very bottom of that bumper and put on there, if you're reading this, I fucked up or something. Because right now you could read it.
Well, you can change the oil.
Standing in
Looking
front of
at
the car.
Yeah, I don't even think you really got to squat down a whole lot to actually pull the drain.
He could have
plug
put
out.
his header covers on sitting in the seat.
Our son said that it was probably a good idea because the headers could keep you warm.
That's right.
If it was still running afterwards.
No, I texted him yesterday and was like, hey, what all broke? And he said everything. Fair enough. And I went over there and he's like, oh, it's about the third Ultra Bell I broke. And he's like, this is probably the worst one. I was like, I don't think that's a thing. Like, if you break an Ultra Bell, they're just broke.
They're just broke. Man, this thing, I'm sitting here looking at this fucking car and it just keeps getting worse to me. Just looking.
It's
Just
still
looking at
stubbable, though.
It is. But man,
It's funny. That was the first place I went whenever we got here, and I was walking around it, and there's not even scratches on the back quarters. like if you stub it, it's still a fresh car.
it is still a fresh car. Yeah. It was cool
But no
shit.
tires are down on it.
Nope.
Nothing. The wheels aren't scratched. There's no fucking rub marks on anything.
No, he's got a little
The
bit
steering shaft looks like a fucking Z. It looks like the letter Z.
You can see my fingers.
But, I mean, it's, like I said, Steven just said it, this thing is going to be talked about for a while. It was cool as shit to have the Hard Nosed Derby podcast stuff all over this car.
Fuck yes. That was one of the best drunken promises I've ever made.
Can I call it the shot heard around the world?
Hey,
Literally,
100%.
Yeah.
you got people
Well, I
all
mean,
around
no,
the world
for-
talking
I mean,
about it.
you've got fucking banger racers talking about you.
Yeah.
So, and like that's what they make all their shit look like that.
Except for the acid looks the same
Right.
as their nose.
What's a round trip to Britain cost?
Oh fuck, here we
A
go.
haul. You don't have
well, if-
near
hey,
enough screws loose for that.
Hold
fucking
on,
shit.
no, if these fucking views keep going up, I may go ahead and
Can we get a
get
view?
him a fucking plane ticket.
I would fly with you, and I would actually video the entire
How long does it take to get over there in a boat?
boat? A minute. Because I think it's about a 12-hour flight. You better be a swimming bitch if you're taking a boat.
You leave 3 weeks ahead, and we'll meet you there.
Somebody's got to take his car.
Oh no.
Yeah, we're taking a Vic over there.
We-
They're the ones talking shit, not us.
Usually they're Volvos or Audis or
No, there's
Coopers.
going to be a
or-
goddamn crowd of it.
No, yeah. I mean, year of choice too. 94.5, you can probably make that happen somehow. But
Well, do you want to touch back on a little bit of local shit that went on?
we
over the
did.
weekend?
We had some local. We did have some local
The fever,
cabin
or
fever.
however that's spelled.
I
Cabin
didn't
fever.
I didn't have a fever.
Sturgeon, Missouri. We had some buddies go support that. It's pretty close to us, pretty close to them as well. Went over and Mr. Trey Hewer cashed a check in the stock class.
And a
Rob
junky old pre-run.
in a junky old pre-run. Rob
Yeah.
Hewer took second in that same feature.
And Jay Creed's boy.
Little Eric, he pulled out a third for that. I think Trey got the Mad Dog as well.
Micah got fifth.
Micah fifth.
I think the Knowles boy
one-
got fourth. Is that Eric's buddy?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think he got
Yeah.
fourth, I think.
I'm gonna try.
Ronnie Pickens.
Ronnie, yes, Ronnie
Got his first
Yep,
dub.
Got his first dub in a compact. I don't know who won the gut and goes.
I don't either, but there was a.
We brought
I
Cy
know
with
that
us
there
to
was
talk
a
about this.
fucking shit pot of them from Shelvina that went over there.
Was there?
Sorry?
Yeah, come on, Cy. That's why we brought you,
Hold
fucking
on, real
ass.
quick. I had to look it up. $2,500 round trip to England. I had to do it.
25 hundo for a lifelong life story that you could tell.
Yeah, but
Your
what's
kids
it
and your
What's it cost to
grandkids.
get somebody's body brought back?
Probably cheaper than 2,500 because they could probably ship your fucking ass back for that one.
Hey, we had to get him cremated. I couldn't afford to get his fucking ass back.
I brought Austin back in my pocket.
All right.
Okay,
Let's hear
so-
about the fever.
We have Cy with us,
I
and
didn't
Cy
have the
actually
fever.
Cy went to try to support this show. Solo Boys Promotions. This is their first show that they have ever put on.
They said the show actually went pretty smooth.
Yeah, it ran smooth. I mean, I think Tech was even smooth for them. I mean, as far as, I think Tech
On
was,
track.
Yeah, they weren't, really sticking it to anybody. They were checking things
Well,
right,
hold
but
on
they
now.
weren't.
I'm going to stop you there.
Like, they were fairly
It's
even, I
hard
think.
to fucking pin somebody down on shit whenever you've got 6 cars there.
Correct.
I mean, whenever you've got a field that,
Yeah,
I mean, because if you start nitpicking, you're not going to have no fucking show. They'd already canceled one class.
Yep.
they
I mean,
did.
and I heard it through the grapevine. Were they not going to let any of the compacts run?
They were. I pulled up there and seen Pickens and Big Derek Dudley and a couple of the other guys, and they tried loading us all. And Ronnie said they wanted me to cut something, and he said, "Fuck that! I ain't cutting. I'm running." So they all ran.
So they all ran.
And I mean, I'm going to back up just from the promoter standpoint. They had 4 hobo cars show up. I made a phone call at 3:30. I had plenty of time. My car needed a radiator, U-bolts tightened on the rear end, and the hood slapped back on it. Like it was that fucking simple. I said, hey, if you all have that class, I said, I'll load this motherfucker up and head that way. Nope, we're not going to have the class. From my previous experience, I had 6 cars show up for a class one time in Salisbury. Like we had a 50-car show there.
Mhm.
We only had 6 show up for that class. 5 of those motherfuckers come together.
Yeah.
And the other one was Eddie Chick's boy.
Mm-hmm.
We ran the fucking class.
Oh, yeah.
We paid the fucking money out.
Yeah, they, instead of even just at least asking them, saying, hey, do y'all want to run, or letting them make a decision amongst themselves to say, screw it, we'll draw straws, or, whatever, they just canceled the class. Kayla John's car was parked there next to Rob and Micah and all of us, and, I mean, it was a fresh car. TJ come back over there, he was tucking the trunk. They didn't tuck it before they came, he was tucking the trunk, and one of the solo guys come up there and said, might as well load up, we're canceling the hobo class. So they loaded up, and they gave them their entry fee, and everybody that came with them gave them their money back, and they went back to Mexico, and somebody asked TJ what he's going to do. He said, I think I'm going to go home and play Wreckfest with my boy.
I mean, that's a hell of a way to start it.
So,
Your year as a promotional
Yeah.
group.
Oh, yeah. So, for Will asking Cy if I'm still laughing, I am. Mostly at the fucking non-spelling bullshit on Facebook, but kind of at the class canceling, too.
Yeah.
I'll say it wasn't off the chains like they were hoping. But, again,
Everybody
for a
that I
first-time
talked to,
promoter,
though,
first-time
said that the
derby,
show was decent.
Yeah. They kept it moving.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't.
I don't think it was I don't think there was any issues with the way it was ran.
I did get picked on, though, by Drew Eubanks. He told me there was no excuse that I couldn't fit in the car. The Leslie Bradshaw raffle car that they had there, the boy that got to run it was just slightly bigger than me. And I'm a big boy. Everybody knows it. He was slightly bigger than me, and he squeezed in there, and he ran that sumbitch. He ran it.
Well, so
And-
you're just telling on yourself now.
I don't
So
care.
You don't have any
I don't
excuses
care.
not to get in a fucking car now.
But I told Drew, I said, I'll always have an excuse not to get in the damn compact. Always.
Yeah.
That won't
brains.
happen. I may have only a couple brain cells, but one of them some bitches is a smart one, and it says don't get in the compact.
Part of it's got to be a little bit of self-respect, too.
Cy with self-respect.
But no, like I know that Paul, that runs some of our shows and the gut and go stuff.
Paul
like,
Arnell?
Yeah,
Yeah, he was there.
it looked like he run the fuck out of his car.
When don't he, though?
This is true.
I ain't never seen him not.
And I know
wide
that
open.
like Logan and them, they took some
Dinwiddie
cars.
and Brad Pentland and them guys.
Zane T's buddy yesterday morning called Zane and said, "Hey, how long does it take to build a gut and go?" So Zane T and Eddie was kind of pissed when he pulled in yesterday. He's like, "I had to get up so early to go build a gut and go," but he wanted to run, so they went over and stripped the car, and he came over and ran it. I mean, he did all right.
It wasn't even stripped yet.
No, it
Fuck
was
That
fresh.
sounds like some Michael Mulball shit.
That yeah. But I will say, in the gut and go, there was an ejecto hood, clean off. It didn't bend. It was still in good shape.
So we're gonna ask you while you're sitting here at the table,
Okay.
on a scale of 1 to 10, taking everything into consideration of the show running as it should, through the tech that you saw,
They did have weather against them too.
to the officiating, to the car count, on a scale of 1 to 10, where would you grade it?
I'd put him at like a 6.5. I wouldn't give him below 50%. I mean,
Right.
I wouldn't fail him by all means. I mean, like y'all said,
Well, it's a fucking learning experience.
Exactly.
But don't come out
And-
and get cocky as fuck either.
the only one thing that on the officiating side, the only one thing that I really seen, they had 4 officials, one on each side, which really for their car count they had, plus that track's not huge, like what we've built, it was fine. But they didn't have any radio communications on their head or any way to really. They had to keep an eye on each other, and there was a couple times where there was a red flag down on one end, and they needed to stop it, and he was waving his flag, and the other guys were just like, keep going, keep making contact, and finally, the drivers were seeing that red flag, and they just finally stopped. But like I said,
Those fucking
learning-
headsets are the best thing that you can have.
Yep. But then
But no, all in all, I heard it wasn't horrible.
yeah, the lady that was announcing, she was doing a good job for the PA system they had. Wasn't great big like what you've used, but I mean she was doing a good job. I mean, people coming in and out as far as
Well,
paying and all that.
I
Flow
talked
was
to-
good.
I talked to Rob a little bit, and he said that it was a decent show.
Yeah, it wasn't.
I don't think it was nothing that like we got to watch.
Well,
No.
no, I mean, but that's apples to oranges, kind of.
Yeah, but here, like I said it 4 months ago when this thing got announced, why would you schedule it on the same weekend? See? Yeah, that's my deal.
Yeah.
When you know they have a big show every year at
Well,
the
unless you
same
can't
time.
read the Post. I mean, schedules and wires do get crossed. Sometimes you don't see everything.
Now, last night, the quote that he quoted me when he said it was, "I don't hear Steven Adams mouthing now." Well, I don't
There it
know.
is. Listen Thursday.
Yeah,
I mean, even if I mouth, it's not that I hate the guy.
correct. It's just talking shit.
Yeah. I mean, what's good for the goose is good for the gander, right? You're getting the publicity.
I'm just gonna leave some stuff unsaid there.
In the big car class, there was Trey and Rob, Micah, Knowles, Reed, Dustin Kelsey, and I don't remember the other two that were
If they
in there.
give me a shirt, I'd wear it.
They were selling them.
Yeah, but I said give it to me.
Solo boys selling shirts, or the
Yeah,
Derbies of the Show Me State were selling.
I think they were selling some Solo Boys promotion shirts. I think is what I seen. And they had a good turnout on the crowd. They really did. They really did. I mean, would I say the
Well,
stands
hold
were
on now.
completely packed? No, but were they
Sturgeon
accordingly full?
usually has a decent crowd turnout anyway.
Yeah.
Correct.
I mean, like I said, were they completely packed? No, but were they full to where you could comfortably sit full? Yes. I mean, I'm pretty sure, is it Buddy Knowles? Is that right?
Chad?
Maybe older guy who'd been fighting some health issues.
That's Chad.
Yeah, that's
Okay,
Chad.
he rode down with Teddy, and they allowed, and of course, right by the announce stand, they allowed Teddy to pull his car out up there so he could kind of set in out of elements and watch and everything. And when the show was over, or when the big cars come out, he got out and he stood and watched. But he was glad. They put on a hell of a show for what it was. I won't fail him. I won't fail anybody for trying something.
Sometimes it's what I would call a learning experience.
Yeah.
I don't know of hardly anybody that's ever gone out and do whatever you are trying to do and be a badass the first time.
No.
But if your expectations are such, sometimes get knocked down a peg or two might be the best thing that happens.
And at the same time, that was a good place for them to start as far as size wise. Not a huge,
Right.
huge, derby. Not, oh no, you got to do it with your teeth, bud.
No, I'm not doing nothing with my fucking teeth.
No.
But I'm going to drink one of these Coronas too.
They're not horrible.
Not too bad.
But anyway, the local scene is starting off as, honestly, kind of like I thought it was going to. 42 cars ran. If you look back 5 years, that was about par for the course. A lot of shit changed in that 5-year period, and I don't know how many times I've said it, and I'll say it right here again. This shit comes in waves.
Oh, yeah.
We're in the era of big shows. If you're wanting to start out and make a big name for yourself, you're going to have to do something big.
When you have so many derbies, whether it's local stuff or big stuff, the big stuff is always there. The Spring X's, the Metal Mayhem, the Blizzard Bash, the T-Bone Memorial, Hot
They
Springs
fucking
Havoc.
take care of themselves.
Yes.
The name will take care of itself.
Yes. This year for Spring X, there was more cars than they've ever had. And that's through all classes. Even the
But
stuff that
Taylor's
they added
pushing the
to.
shit out of that.
Yes, he is.
Think they got a spot open for Bone Stock, man?
I don't know. I know it's full, but from what you did, you might have a little stroke now. Because not only did that makes that show look better. Whenever that shit happens, those shots that you did, we can all sit here and agree that it was completely fucking pointless.
But it was cool.
But it was
as
cool.
shit.
It had the fucking cool factor.
The cool factor was just,
That's the shit that will make the highlight reel for big shows to come.
oh yeah.
Like, you're going to get to see that fucking 59 roof sign and that fucking nose-to-nose hit the rest of the year. And you're going to get to see that at not only DI shows, but you'll get to see it at a bunch of different ones.
Yep.
I wouldn't be surprised to see that up on the screen at Blizzard Bash. Whenever they're doing the top 10 countdown from, the Derby Nation stuff.
Yeah, and the Derby Tease TV. That's
fucking
now
A.
it's going to be a teaser for
yes, it will
every
be.
pay-per-view that Mark Klein sells.
Yeah.
He's over there just grinning.
I will ask, did you actually, when you put your foot back into it, what ran through your head?
So when Cody knocked me off, I had to goose it to push Landon Corner out of the way to get around pointed the other direction. So when I was doing that, I had it matted pretty well, and I spun out of Landon and was pointed back the other side of the track, and I just seen that point down there pretty straight, and I was like, that's fucking it right there. And I didn't lift.
I'm going that way. Which way? That way.
So we're just going to throw this out there. This guy, Austin didn't know this guy. He didn't have beef with the dude. There was
that was
no
just one of
bad
those
blood. It
pure
was just
wrong place, wrong time.
time.
Now, if you all show up at the same Derby again, I would probably watch out because he's probably going to be coming your direction.
You might want to change roof signs or something. Like you put probably like a 43H on it, or something like that.
Or
Put a 117 on it.
do it again.
Or do it and be the first one to do it. Yeah, you without a doubt. We've always said you want to be the hammer, not the nail.
Right.
That was a big hammer.
That was a That beat.
Fucking bumper held up.
It did, 3/8. Took a hell of a lick, too.
Where'd you get that bumper?
Built it myself. Cut it out with a torch.
Oh, fuck that. So, we are going to give a
Built,
shout.
not bought.
Built, not bought.
I can't run it.
Cody Hendren in the first class.
Congratulations.
Congratulations on the third place finish.
Fucking Porter.
Ben Porter,
Fuck yes.
second place finish as well. The one old boy who ended up winning, I believe he was from around Indiana. I said it on the way here. We did put some, other than Austin, Cody and Landon had some hard-nosed stuff, stickers on his car as well. I had a guy reach out from Indiana, listener since the beginning. He listens every Thursday, and I said, well, he said, man, I'd like to, represent a little bit. And so I hooked him up with some stickers. So every car that
Motherfucker got me over here opening beers and shit.
that's on a whole different level of chi right there. I mean, that's like shockers aligned and all of it. But Mr. Walker McCrary, he ran in Austin's heat as well. I think he finished top 8.
He probably knows that. He wouldn't.
Which we did talk before, and he's like, well, aren't these Missouri guys that were right here, weren't they on your podcast, just a week or two ago? And I said, yeah. He said, well, I hope I don't get in the middle of it. And he didn't. That just goes to show you, there's drivers all over this country that can flat wheel.
But you gotta watch out for those stupid fucking kamikaze cars.
But it was cool to see anybody with a hard-nosed sticker finish in the top 10. And it
Fuck yes, it is.
whatever they ran. So, congrats to our guys. Your drunken deal,
Yeah, paid off.
I think paid off pretty good.
And Austin did end up with a pretty neat roof slide out of the deal.
Yeah, he did.
Pretty snazzy.
I'm looking at it right now. Yeah, so
Snazzy Schaefer.
We'll definitely take a few pictures of this car and put it up on the hard nose page.
the aftermath.
Yeah.
Because what I took yesterday was, the no. Well, I'm gonna say the pans were making love. They were glued together like a couple beagle pups. So we'll get some.
Maybe
Video.
we can get Austin on top of the car or something, posing or whatever. I would say laid out on the hood, but he could sit on the hood, I guess.
On the bumper.
You could sit on your point.
Another guy, like we were talking, Austin Knorr, Team EPR. He is so.
He's making a fucking name. Quick.
Well, if you remember,
Yep.
Mr. Adams said if you had never heard of Austin Knorr, you will after this year. Well, Austin made a really good name for himself last year at Spring X when we hit off on that. This year, the same way. No wasted shots. Nothing was a door shot. Nothing was. It was cool to watch. He'd sit there and he'd grab a gear because still running Muncie 3 speeds with a motor that's just insane. He'd full track somebody and he'd back right up. And he'd sit there and he'd clean it out and he'd wait a second until he saw the other opportunity coming along and he would do it again. And I don't know how many times he did do it, but it was really cool to watch. So, give it up to all those guys. That 4v4, that shit got wild. It got hairy. Derby Builds team and Musco Cranes come down right there, those final 2 teams in the 4v4, and they turned it all the way up. And they're buddies. They got family running on each team, so but once it came down to 2, it got turned to a whole new level. Trying to get the upper hand, trying to get them pushed in the corner. Anybody that says Bob Whitaker is a sandbagger the entire night, they're full of shit because Bob was letting it eat in
He's a
that
fucking
wagon.
wheel man. Nobody's going to take that away from him. But everybody's just sick of seeing a cocksucker win.
I did get asked last night. Somebody said, have you ever heard a number on how many wagons Whitaker actually owns? I said, I've heard. I said, I don't know if it's true. I can't verify.
Urban legend has it.
And he said, how
The
many?
ghost of Bob Whitaker will still be running wagon.
He said, how many? I said, I've heard over 100. And the guy was like, can I just have 2 of them? I said, well, I'm sure Bob would probably sell them, for the right price. He said, I don't think I have deep enough pockets. So, well, if it's a wagon that Whitaker's got, it's either going to have a lot of rust repair, which you're very used to, or it's going to have no rust,
Right.
period. Man, I really can't say anything that wasn't just a killer show.
Well, Taylor and those guys, they've really put together, like, everybody was skeptical about the whole DI buyout.
Mm-hmm.
And so far, it looks like he's fucking killing it.
Yeah. Brought Mayhem back.
Yep.
To Champaign, Urbana. I think he is so. His schedule is worse than ours. When you're a business owner, multiple ways, and that phone is 24/7 for your business. Now your Derby side is 24/7 as well. So it looks like Taylor has implemented the correct people in the correct places
Right.
to take some of that stress
Which
off of
we
him.
heard that straight up from Sam Williams,
Yes,
that that's what it takes.
you've got to have enough.
You can't do that shit by yourself.
No, you've got to have enough gumption to let somebody else
Well, and
have
even
some reins.
Mark Elliott, whenever we talked to him,
Mm-hmm.
He was going over the business plan, and
Yes. It's scary. I mean, because we were doing this on one level. What they're doing is on a
fuck yes it is.
whole
I would
different
want
level.
0 to do with that.
Correct.
Well, let's ask Austin, what's next?
You tell me.
You tell me. Well,
Border Wars is coming up.
Border Wars is coming up. We are going to get to go there for the first time this year. I've raced in Nebraska. I've never been to a Derby in Nebraska.
Border Wars is June 2nd. 3rd.
June 2nd, 3rd. Same weekend as Midwest Massacre at
Yeah.
Pecatonica, which we're going to support. We're going to support both of them, but we're only going to be able to be at one.
Right.
You've got some local stuff. You've got Palmyra is in May.
Vandalia, I think, is the same weekend as PAC and Border Wars.
Oh my!
Pleasant Hills, June 10th.
Yeah, because I thought
Yeah.
about staying on.
Madison's June 17th. They got it moved.
Yeah, Madison moved to June 17th is what I haven't officially been told it. That's what's bad, and it's not like I'm not the announcer for the fucking thing or anything. But
You don't need to know bases.
no,
motherfucker.
yeah, you just tell me.
You
I
don't
guess
need to
just
know.
tell me where to go, and I'll go. You've got Shelbina coming up in July as well. So you've got some local stuff that you could run. It just depends. I mean, I'm going to ask: is the motor toast?
No, I think it'd be all right. The actual shaft part of the distributor that goes down inside the block is above about 2 or 3 inches where it's supposed to be, and it's kind of in a U, so we'll see how it comes out.
You're a mechanic.
Ooh.
Aren't you have tricks of the
So the
trade?
distributor shaft itself is bent in a U, and that is from the dash bar, I'm guessing,
Switch box.
and switch bar.
Does that make it turn higher or lower RPMs when it's bent in that way?
I think it just doesn't make. I think it just makes where it don't turn.
It's
Period.
less.
It'll
It's
still turn
100% less.
100%
It will
less.
roll over.
It still will turn over.
Okay, so that's a plus. So it's. I mean, you didn't knock the crank through it
No.
or anything like that. Any plans of hitting some more big stuff?
I would like to, definitely. Just the big thing is, I don't really want to go alone. Like, I don't care if we run together. We don't have to run together, but I just don't want to go by myself. Like, Blake's got a spot for Mayhem,
Mm-hmm.
so if I find a bone spot, I'd probably go with him.
You all heard it here first. So if anybody's got one of those spots,
that they're not going to be able to make it, or not going to try to completely rape somebody for the entry fee back. You've got a guy that'll probably.
he's kind of a whore. He'd probably put your name on the side of the car.
Not everybody's drunk when they make those deals, so that's on your ass.
If he gets into mayhem, I'll buy a shit again.
Don't have to do a roof sign,
No,
because if you fuck your roof sign up, that's on you. That's
I'll replace it.
Decals on the hood are still good shit.
the hard nose on the hood still there. Well, because he never got cleared.
Flex, but they're not straight.
Had I
Okay.
known he was going to do what the fuck he did, those stickers would have been on the bumper.
No, like I said, it's one of those moments, kind of like I can't believe I just did that moment, but then I was like, holy shit, I just did that moment. So
You can see in that video, and everybody needs to go check it out. After he makes that fucking hit, you can see him just start looking at what all's fucked up. He didn't look toward the crowd. He didn't look back out at all the other cars. He just started looking around inside his fucking car. Like, oh man.
Yeah, I started counting. I was like, ultra bell, switch box, radiator hose is puking, radiator fan, water pump pulley, distributor, steering shaft.
the cost of playing.
Oh fuck. It had to be worth it because just while we were sitting there, it's already gained. This is insane. Of how much, like, since we've been sitting here talking, it's gained almost 100 likes and 140 shares on the video itself, and 37 comments.
And if you are on our hard nose page, go look at the comments.
Oh yeah.
Because we were speaking before, the banger guys, how they junk shit, and so so they're talking shit back and forth, but it's pretty comical shit talking.
Yeah, because everybody's got the C translation button.
Well, that, and when you're reading them, are you reading them with the accent, the British accent in your head?
Well, of course you are.
Oh, sure.
What kind of psychopath reads that?
You've got the Jason Statham just coming out in you. Just that deep Southern British accent. Or the James Bond type of stuff. That shit is James Bond worthy. I'm gonna say it. That's like a grenade thrown out of the tailpipe exhaust. That's
It's fucking comical because, I mean, the rest of the car. I'm telling you, wait till I post the pictures.
It was so badass that it turns comical. I'm gonna call it the Schaefer shot.
the Schaefer shot.
Like if this was a porn video, that would have been the money shot.
But how many? Seriously, on a
Like that
on
would
a
have been
serious
that
note,
would have
though.
been the 15 seconds you were looking for on Pornhub.
Yes, but what is that? You call it the money shot. Those shots
It
that
is.
you're looking for.
Fuck yes.
Usually that's not the actual outcome of what those usually are, because that shit usually doesn't
Going
happen.
into what the fuck he was doing in the car that he was in, the build style that was built for, that was the only outcome that there was. Because if he expected to make that shot and then back up off of it, he was a fucking dreamer.
Yes,
I think I put it in reverse after I hit that.
just instinct.
And then, yeah, instinct. And I was like, no, this thing ain't going nowhere.
Where are you going? Fucking nowhere. But man, we got a lot of cool shit happening. We've got killer shows, and if that one starts, if Spring X has any determinating factor
Yeah.
of the other shows that's
Fuck
going to
yes.
happen, this is
Setting the
going to
pace.
be, oh my God.
Well, I mean, you talk about it. I mean, Hot Springs, dude.
Yep.
Like it was killer, and it's just growing from there. Whiskey City was fucking killer.
Yep.
The shit's only getting better, which is fucking insane. And if it just keeps growing at this rate, I don't know what the fuck. I guess they're gonna have to start giving them guns in the car to start topping the shit.
Full wheel centers.
After this weekend's fail on the hobo side, they better give opinion brakes and fucking sliders.
I guess we could, hey. Paintball guns.
There you go.
You have to have a passenger, and they are loaded with paintball guns. Every one has got different colors.
Water balloons,
Water balloons?
Not the ones.
I think I'd rather be hit with a water balloon
100%.
than a paintball gun right in the fucking forehead.
Freeze the paintballs first.
Yes,
Oh,
that
no.
works.
That hurts. But they do make .68 caliber steel ball bearings that'll go in a paintball gun.
Ow. I'm wanting to have fun, dude, not kill somebody.
You said frozen
That
paintball?
shit ain't gonna be fun anyway. No, it's not gonna be fun. We're getting way off track here. That just got goofy.
So, what do we got? You don't know where you're going to run.
I don't know.
But we do know for sure he's gonna have to build a car,
Or at least stub a car.
and he probably ought to order another Ultra Bell.
Third, fourth one.
I think he needs to order a lot of shit.
Oh, I got the order for the switch box. Stepped out of the truck. Hey, I need a switch box.
Yeah, that was the first thing. Speaking of switch boxes,
Oh,
we talked before Whiskey City. How did the
Mine
The
never
good
missed
switch.
a fucking beat, which I get it. It was 4 fucking minutes that I ran. Mine never missed a beat. Micah had one in his car as well, and it never bobbled, never gave any trouble. Neither one of us had to use backup starter switches, none of that shit. Didn't have any problems with any of the toggles, which Side did start putting the heavier amped.
all the
Steve-
toggles in it?
Steven's box was a
Was the lightest box
Was a
that
light-
we offer.
yeah.
Just we wanted to make sure that, but like I said, we're trying to get something for everybody's price range.
Mm-hmm.
You know, whenever it comes to that side of the shit. Go ahead and explain how Micah's was built, the switches and shit that you used.
The one that's in Micah's car that went to Whiskey City, it is a true 50 amp box. Every toggle's 50 amp, push starter buttons are 50 amp, and the master switch can take up to 240 amps. So, I mean, it would take a hell of a surge of a back to do it.
Go ahead and tell them about the new box design that you found, the new
Um,
material.
We did order in some heavy ABS plastic style boxes. A little cheaper than the aluminum boxes, but we can still get the aluminum boxes.
That's going to come down to preference.
Yeah.
I'm kind of digging these poly or plastic boxes. Of course, they're not going to be what your aluminum box is as far as strength,
Mhm.
but they're still, I mean,
Yeah. There's still, I sent 2 out to Nebraska the other day, a 3 switch and a 5 switch. And when I
And-
say a
and
3
as
switch
far
and a
as-
5
and
switch, that's
whenever-
your toggles.
they're both going to have their advantages and disadvantages. These poly boxes will be more waterproof.
Yep, they've got a seal in them, and some of the aluminum boxes they have. I can get them with the same.
But they won't see it. They'll never seal
No.
like
No.
those poly boxes will, because they are molded, casted.
Yep.
They're legit whenever it comes to that side of things.
I can do a 3 switch, a 4 switch, a 5 switch.
7 switch, it don't fucking matter.
Yeah, pretty much I can get the box almost any size you want, but I'm trying to keep it, roughly the same size where it's not as crazy.
That big deal is the power rails in them.
Yep.
It
And
takes
I-
all that clusterfuck of wire out of it.
And I've switched them up a little bit. I went from that long rail to a round rail. It took up a little bit less space in the box, but still all the wires are right there. They're all in a line. Literally, the battery cable's still coming in. It's a 2-gauge cable. I can make you battery cables any length. I can make you jumper cables for your batteries. I did throw around, some of y'all probably seen it on Snapchat. I know Cody Hendren asked about it when I posted it. Literally I'm trying to think of the word now. Simplified harness for a small block and an LS.
And whenever he says that, I'm not trying to steal your thunder here.
No,
but
you're good.
He's talking where you can literally it's a plug and play.
Yep.
And then whenever you go to pull your motor out, you unplug that motherfucker from the back of your switch box.
Yep.
Lay it up on the motor, pull your motor out, put it back in your other car, mount your switch box, plug the bitch back in.
And that's
You don't have to
still
run
gonna-
wires, you don't have to plug anything out, you don't have to fucking cut and splice and all that bullshit.
and that's
Plug and play.
that's going to be a little bit because I got to try to find the right plug and get the right setting there. So that's still going to be a while. But as far as
He's getting with the foolproof method of the wire coming loose, the plug coming loose from the back of the
Yeah.
switch box. Because we don't want anybody having to reach back there and jiggle a fucking wire or any of that
Correct.
bullshit.
So, this man is going to be looking for a switch box. Because he fucked that up too with the rest of everything else.
you might be my test subject.
I might need one that's distributor proof.
You just gotta mount it back a little farther.
Easy. You're going to have somebody sitting in the grandstands with a fucking emergency brake switch that will slow. Guys, I'm telling you, we have talked so many times that usually even on those full track shots, people back off
No,
a little bit
No, no,
and
no, no.
maintain that speed, whether it's 20 or 30, they'll just kind of hold it. They'll never just keep accelerating. This video, if you guys watch this video, you see it just gets faster. There's no speed maintained. There's no backing off. It's just whatever this fucking thing will go, that's what he's doing.
And if you don't see it in the full speed video, there is that
There's
slow-mo one out there.
yes.
And
Now
you
they're
can still
slowing the
see
shit
it.
down for you.
You can see it, and like I said, you can hear it in the full speed. You hear as he's gaining speed. You can hear that like Steven likes to put out there. You can hear them RPMs just keep jumping up there, and then all of a sudden, Schaefer shot.
Schaefer shot.
oh god,
Are you watching it again?
I'm just, it's fucking insane to me, dude. It just keeps growing. The 5 views since the last time I looked at it,
Which was
or 5 more shares.
5 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Maybe.
But after we are done, well, I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna get some video.
Oh yeah.
Like I said, when it's not glued to another car, and just to let you guys see the after effects of what a bone stock car running 40 mile an hour to the front of another bone stock car actually does.
And how fast was he moving towards him? Like he was moving a little bit, but he wasn't the other guy.
We're talking 40 mile an hour to 10 mile an hour.
Yeah, same.
I'm gonna guess the other guy was
Roughly,
probably
maybe.
going 10. He just kind of started making a curve and was starting to pick the gas up, and
So a 50 mile an hour impact.
roughly.
Absolute marshmallow.
Go take your Duramax and hit a tree at 50. See the damage. So we compare.
All bullshit aside, I mean, I'm just telling you, if that would have been in a fucking harder car, it would have hurt like a bitch.
Oh yes, yes, it would have been bad.
There was the Schaefer shot. I do have to ask that 03 that got fucked up out there in the mod class. Was that in the mod class?
No,
What class
that
was
was
that in?
in the 4v4
Yeah.
wire class.
That car.
We saw last year when we got to go on a Saturday too last year. We saw some junk being made. This year, it was a lot worse. A lot more junk. I'm not going to sit here and say anybody was going any faster, getting more tag team, from the team side, but I'm talking cars that were not fixable after the heat. In a shop setting with a couple days, yeah, probably. But
Well,
at that track,
That 03, the way that bumper looked after that heat, it was fucked.
yeah. There's a lot of 03s there. I think Taylor's rule for the team setting is you can have 1 amp, 103, the other two of preference, just not, you can't have 303s and 1 amp. I think it's got to be broken down a little bit different.
So, I want to say that 03s only get like 6 inches above the bracket. And everything else
They
gets
don't
to
need
20
This one of
inches.
So basically, each one of the cars had a certain build,
Yes.
but then they were made the team.
Hold on, before we get off this bitch, I gotta bring one fucking thing up, because I got the Snapchat. Fucking PJ's truck getting taken. Come on, boys, let's talk about it.
I don't really want to talk about it because me and PJ did talk. He's one of them guys, he doesn't know what to do with his hands. But I told him we were going to get him on.
But he'd already told me, because we seen him whenever we left Whiskey City, and I told him, I said, I'll be seeing you. Like, I'm coming to your fucking shop. You're gonna do this. But this just makes it better. I'm glad I waited. Because him and Adam and Todd, they fucked this dude up.
Roughly 2:15ish in the morning.
He fucked around and found out.
Bad.
He backed PJ's truck into a concrete
Oh, no,
wall.
he didn't back PJ's truck. He nosed it into the concrete retaining wall.
All I know is Adam said he just seen PJ Dukes a hazard through the fucking window and was just stroking this dude through the fucking, in the dome light.
Yes. Yeah.
And then
The kid didn't get to go to jail.
And then Adam ripped the dude
ticket.
out of the motherfucking truck and throwed him into the concrete barrier.
He threw him out of the truck so fast, there's mud prints on the headliner from the dude's shoes.
Sure, it's not a shit streak.
It might be a shit stain on the headliner.
I keep coming back to this. One place you don't want to fuck around, guys, is a derby track.
No, fuck no.
Period.
Those dudes are just, I mean, and
Handle
I'm
your
not
own.
saying that PJ and Adam and them guys were looking for somebody's ass to whip, but they
No.
weren't going to fucking turn it down.
No. PJ actually thought they were kind of pitted where they had a big tent set up and everybody was pitted right there, and he thought somebody was just getting in his truck to move it to get some other shit through. And then he sees the dude adjusting the driver's seat and the steering wheel and shit, and he takes off and he smokes the concrete barrier, and by that time they realize, hey, okay, something's going on here. So PJ
The
went through the
Snapchat I
passenger
got
seat and
is Adam goes, pick that worthless motherfucker up. I want everybody to see his face.
he did get the dude did get to go to jail. I don't know if it was attempted theft or whatever.
I'd say the ass whipping was probably enough. He ain't gonna do that for a minute.
I don't know what the charges are, how they're set in Illinois, but I know in Missouri that'd be first degree tampering with a motor vehicle,
That's probably what it is. But
which is a Class B felony.
yeah, I think he was a 20-year-old dude and he was hammered, and
So,
it just wasn't a very good outcome for old boy.
so what you're saying is we had a Schaefer shot on the track and a Schnar shot in the pits.
Yeah.
And I did. That's the thing. Anybody who does know PJ, there was footage everywhere. And from Iowa last year, PJ wore a dude out with his helmet on. And I mean wore a dude out. And this dude here didn't have a helmet on, so it was bad.
He was missing teeth and shit.
Yes, PJ said his hand was pretty swollen up from that first and second knuckle pretty good. And of course I blamed Adam, and Adam said, God damn it wasn't me, it was PJ. I always blame
Adam
for
said
shit.
that he almost even felt a little bad, like he didn't hit the kid because
No, he didn't. He's like, yeah, he said he just picked him up by the nappy hairy head, and he said, no, he's good. And
You should have seen the little curly-haired blonde fuck.
What did I see on the comments? A wet possum?
Yeah,
Look, a wet possum?
Yeah, if no, he's gonna kill me for it. But if you don't have Adam Lemonedger on Snapchat, go find him,
Yeah, 100%.
because
I don't have him, so I'm going right now.
whether it's him teaching his boy how to shoot, to he's got some hunting dogs that are unreal. They're possum killing machines. And I'm
Must get it from
talking
their handler.
unreal killing machine dogs. But yeah, a lot of his shit's pretty damn comical. So
Damn, that was easy to find. Adam L. First one, EPR 20X.
Oh, you wouldn't put him all the way
you
out
just
there.
throw him all the way out there. I'm going to tell you, he can shoot you from a long ways away. I'm just throwing that out there.
At least I don't know what's coming.
You will not know what's coming. Problem is, his 7-year-old can do it too.
And again, I won't know what's coming.
But I did, me and Adam conversed. We're going to get Adam back on, but we're going to get Adam back on with Austin Canor as well. I already had him scheduled to go. We were actually going to go over there to his house. Work happened.
That's a 4-letter word.
Yeah, he gets to do it a lot. So, but we're definitely going to make that happen.
I don't know if you've seen on PJ's post that he made about the kid and wanting the
I did not.
mugshot. Nick King goes, I talked to him and he said he wanted to show you how to drive really hard.
Oh my God. I told PJ, I said, I miss all the cool shit.
Yeah, Adam said the fucking shithead looked like he got smacked with a frying pan. He said, felt and looked like I dragged a wet-ass muddy possum out of a creek.
So we're going to come back to this, guys. If you think that you want to try to steal somebody's truck or whatever, don't do it at a derby. It's bad repercussions for you. But PJ, we have a list. We constantly get guys saying, hey, I got a buddy, such and such wants to get on. Steven has seen this list. Steven said, holy shit, that will cover like an entire year.
But you got to take into consideration schedules on that.
Mm-hmm. Not so much my schedule, your schedule.
Oh, shit.
I can kind of break
Some
my
of us don't
schedule.
have fucking banker hours.
12 hours. I'm going 12 hours a day, Monday through Friday.
I'm going 14 hours a day, Monday through Sunday.
I just start at 7:30. Don't know from there.
We're working on it though. We'll get through spraying season again. At least I'm home, and like even if we had to do it at 9 or 10 o'clock at night, we can still make it happen because I will be at the house.
Yeah, so guys, if you're wanting to get on, bear with us. Like I said, we've kind of got a schedule and a list that we're going down until this happens. And
Right,
then something like this happens from yesterday. Then
Well, I didn't even fucking ask Derek. I was just like,
no, he's like, hey, we're going to Austin's. Oh, okay. Fuck, I wasn't even home yet. But just give it up to everybody who ran this weekend.
everywhere. I mean, Spring
Yeah,
X,
local Spring
Sturgeon,
X.
you know,
What is it with S's?
What is the
Snowmageddon.
Snowmageddon was this
What is it
weekend
with
as well?
S's in this program? Schaefer, Snar, Spring
Spring
X,
X,
Sturgeon,
Snowmageddon.
Snowmageddon.
I haven't got to dig into the Snowmageddon thing. We'll bring that up next week. I'll do a little digging on that.
I do know it was cold enough up there that Candace actually had shoes on
Oh.
and a parka.
Were they running on snow up there?
It did snow that morning, but I don't think it was really enough to stick. It kind of didn't. Hell, it
Is-
snowed and sleeted on us yesterday. you
Isn't
know?
there a derby way up north or just over into Canada they do it on ice or snow, like track?
Yes, I actually seen that on YouTube. I don't know what that's called. Stop. You're going to get fact checkers on us. Bring that
I
shit
don't know
up at the
either.
next one.
I don't know either. I just I think that'd be a fun one to do it on.
Snow.
On
I've seen
ice
them
track.
race on snow. I'm
Yeah,
sure you
sprint
can go
cars.
junk car shit on snow.
If you don't make hits, just imagine how you were driving just after just letting it eat. It'd be fun.
Shut up, Si.
What is it with the S's again? Steven.
Well, let's go take some pictures of this motherfucker's car. Get that shit posted up.
anybody who has joined our page, thank you for getting on, even if it was just
Yeah,
to
thanks,
see
Austin.
this kick-ass
You
shot.
betcha.
You're a first timer, right?
We might have to, I don't know, we might have to give him a T-shirt or something. Isn't that what Tanya said?
I think so.
I said that might.
She said it could be T-shirt worthy. She
Could be
did say
t-shirt
that.
worthy.
So, guys, keep listening, keep the downloads going.
It's just getting bigger, and the bigger it gets, the better we can make it.
Got any last words?
FAFO.
Make junk, boys.